Culture is not about snacks, Zoom trivia, or the once a year team retreat. Don't get me wrong, those things are fun. They have their place, but real culture, the kind that keeps people engaged and excited to show up every single day, that's built on something deeper. It's built on alignment, on mission and shared values. At Texan Church, we're obsessed with creating a culture where people feel known, noticed, and loved. Now, that's not just a tagline, it's a filter on how we hire, how we lead, how we show up for each other. We don't just want our team to like their jobs. We want them to feel deeply connected to the mission and the passion about the impact that they are making. And here's the truth, culture, it's not just a feel-good thing, it's a strategic advantage. When our team feels known, noticed, and loved, they serve our members better. And when our members feel cared for, they're more engaged with their church community. Everybody wins. But here's the thing, culture doesn't build itself. You have to be intentional. You have to reinforce it every single day. So I want to walk you through 5 things that we focus on to build a culture that people genuinely love to be a part of. And we're not perfect at this, but this is what we've learned over the years. First, you have to start with a clear vision and core values. That's the foundation. So at Texan Church, our vision is simple. We believe that connected churches lead more people to faith. And we're working towards a bold goal to empower churches to create 1 billion meaningful connections by 2030. That's the kind of vision that people can really rally around. But a strong vision isn't enough. You then also need the core values that actually mean something. And so ours are simple. We have 3. Dream big, create impact, and prioritize people. We don't just hang those on a wall. We hire by them. We fire by them. We lead by them. And when a team member tells me that our company values have become their personal values, then I know we're doing something right. And then second, you have to hire the right people. And I mean, really get intentional about this. Way too many leaders, they hire based on skill and then hope that the culture fit kind of works itself out. But if someone doesn't align with your values, it will create friction, no matter how talented they are. And so we take hiring seriously, very seriously. We look for people who believe in our mission, who align with our values, and who genuinely care about making an impact. And then once they're here, we don't assume culture happens automatically. We work hard to keep it strong, which I guess that brings me to point number 3. We create moments that reinforce culture. One of my favorite ways that we do this is with our quarterly team gifts. These aren't just t-shirts or coffee mugs. They're meaningful, thoughtful reminders that people matter. And the best part, it's not just about our team that feels it, it's their families too. We've had spouses laugh and say, woohoo, we got another package from Texan Church, or kids race to open up the box before their parents do, because that's what it looks like when culture spills over into real life. And then we also do something we call Fulfillment Fridays. Our team gets Fridays off in the summertime and then every 5th Friday throughout the month. But it's not just a break from work, it's a chance to do something personally fulfilling, because culture isn't about the big flashy things, it's about the consistent, the intentional things that remind people that they're valued. And then 4th, keep your team connected, especially if you're working remote. About half of our team is here in Kansas City, the other half is kind of spread throughout the country. And to stay connected, we work in person twice a week for those of us that are here in Kansas City. And then we host 2 big team retreats every year. And then we regularly do mixers online, so everyone has a time to chit chat, to get to know each other on a deeper level. And then we also do staff development events every single month. But these are not just for fun, they're for alignment, they're for relationships. Because let's face it, when you grow as an organization, so too does your risk for disconnection. And so you have to fight for culture, because if you don't, it will fade. It will become less and less impactful, less and less truly who you want to be as an organization. And then finally, one of the most impactful things that I do as a leader is I ask this one question once or twice a year. I ask, if you woke up 5 years from now and life was perfect, what would that look like? Personally, what would that look like for you? And professionally, what would that look like for you? And that question, it changes everything. It opens up real conversations. It helps me understand what someone truly values, what they're working towards, and how can I help them to get there? And sometimes that future includes Texan Church, and I hope that it does, but sometimes it doesn't. But either way, I want to help them to succeed, because when our people know that we care about their future, not just their productivity, they show up differently. And so here's the bottom line. If you want to build a culture where people love to work, you have to start getting clear on your mission and your values. And you have to hire people who align with them. And then you have to reinforce your culture in the small, everyday moments. And you have to stay connected. And you have to never stop asking those questions that show people, that demonstrate to people how much you care. Because when you do that, that's when people won't just clock in and out. They'll feel like they're part of something that's bigger, something that matters. And if you want help building consistent leadership habits daily and monthly, then I encourage you to grab a copy of our free 30-day leadership growth plan. Look, it's the exact system that I use to stay aligned with my goals and to grow with my team. You'll get daily habits, one-on-one meeting templates, and practical tools to help you to lead with more clarity and confidence.